Hi all, welcome to BIAS Academy, Science and Technology audio notes for prelims and mains, Unit 3, Part 1, Chapter 4. The unit is Indian Space Program, Past, Present and Future, ISRO, Satellite Programs of India, Uses of Satellites in Health, Education, Communication and Weather Forecasting. And the topics which we are going to cover are Industrial Applications of ISRO, Communication Satellites, Services of communication satellites like fixed satellite services, mobile satellite services, and then we're going to see Indian remote sensing satellite and applications of IRS. After that, the types of sensors used in Indian remote sensing satellites, and finally we'll see cartography, what is it, and applications of Cartosat satellites. Okay, let's start with industrial applications of ISRO, or the role of ISRO in industrial growth of the country, or it can be asked as various technologies transferred by ISRO to industries. ISRO is implementing a policy of transfer of various technologies developed by its center. By ISRO has different centers. Technologies which have been developed are being transferred to industries for commercialization and wider use. The Department of Space is associated with more than 500 small, medium, large enterprises. It has transferred 294 technologies to various industries. Out of 268 patents filed, 137 patents have been granted to ISRO. Some technologies developed by ISRO and transferred to industries. Let's look at them. So we'll take 5 examples. The first one is Kevlar, that is KEVLAR. Second one is isopolyol, ISOPOLYOYL, and then third is adhesives like EPY1061. Fourth is BMT ceramics, that is barium, magnesium, tantalite ceramics. And finally we will discuss about thermal coating, thermal control coating. Okay, what is this Kevlar technology or KEVLAR technology? It is a high strength material developed by ISRO that is used in the construction of launch vehicles. It is the main material in third stage of PSLV. This technology is transferred to pharma industries. It is also used in dental filling. It is used in bulletproof material. It is also used in many industrial machines. The second is isopolyol. It is an insulating material developed by Vikram Sarabhai Space Center used in launch vehicles. What is isopolyol? It is an insulating material. It can withstand high temperatures. So it is transferred to furnace making and thermal power projects. The third is adhesives, which are glues. ISRO has developed many adhesives for construction of both satellites as well as rockets. Such adhesives are used in various industrial processes like sealing, coating, laminating, molding. One such example is EPY1061, which is chemically an amidoamine based on epoxy resin. Okay, it is developed mainly to protect any metal surface from corrosion. Okay, this adhesive consists of 3 parts. Part A is a resin, part B is a hardener, part C is a solvent. Okay, it's used to dissolve both resinner and hardener. Okay. The fourth application is BMT ceramics, that is barium, magnesium, tantalite ceramics. BMT is a typical ceramic which is widely used in oscillators, multiplexers, filters, both in satellite and terrestrial communication equipment. They can be transformed to industries involved in the development of communication equipment. Okay. The fifth one is thermal control coating. The Space Application Center, that is SAC, where is it? It's at Ahmedabad, has developed this thermal control coating for spacecraft to facilitate radiant heat transfer among internal components. Examples are chromated aluminum, silver plated aluminum, nickel plated Invar, chromated magnesium. ISRO is transferring many technologies to industries and playing a major role in increasing the production capacity of Indian industry as a part of Make in India program. Okay, new technologies like printed antenna technology, DDV100 resin were transferred to industries by ISRO. Other technologies transferred include dual polarization LiDAR. LiDAR is, what is it? LIDAR. What does it mean? Light detection and ranging. I'll repeat, light detection and ranging. Next is solid state power amplifier, electronic sensors, thermal sensors. Apart from all this, ISRO also provides technical advisory services to industries and research and development centers. The services like gold plating on Ku band receivers, aluminum boxes, mechanical shock testing were recently brought into service by ISRO. Okay. So we have seen industrial applications of ISRO, or the various technologies transferred by ISRO to industries, or the role of ISRO in industrial growth. ISRO generally transfers all its technologies for commercialization and wider use. It enables participation of various industries in space program. Department of Space is associated with more than 500 small, medium, large enterprises. Till date, they have transferred 294 technologies to various industries. Out of 268 patents filed, 137 patents have been granted to ISRO. We've spoken about some technologies, that is Kevlar, which is used in construction of launch vehicles. It is a strong, high-strength material. It is used in dental filing, pharma industries, and used in bulletproof material. Next is isopolyol. It is developed by Vikram Sarabhai Space Center. It is an insulating material, can withstand high temperatures, so it is transferred to furnace making industries and thermal power projects. The third one is adhesives, that is we have seen EPY1061. It is a resin base plus a hardener plus solvent. It is used in construction of satellites and rockets. It is used for sealing, coating, laminating, molding. Okay, after that we have seen BMT ceramics, that are barium, magnesium, tantalite ceramics. Okay, it is a typical ceramic which is widely used in oscillators, multiplexers, filters, both in satellite and terrestrial communication equipment. After that we have seen thermal control coating. It is developed by Space Application Center, Ahmedabad. This thermal control coating for spacecrafts is to facilitate radiant heat transfer among internal components. Examples are chromated aluminum, silver plated aluminum, nickel plated NVAR, chromated magnesium. Okay, apart from this, ISRO has transferred other technologies like printed antenna technology, DDB100 resin, light detection and ranging, dual polarization, solid state power amplifier. Not only these, ISRO also provides technical advisory services to industries and research and development centers. Examples are services like gold plating on Ku band receivers, aluminum boxes, and mechanical shock testing, which are recently brought into service by ISRO. So let's go to the next topic. Communication satellites, services, fixed satellites and mobile satellite services. Okay, there are two major types of communication services provided by satellites all over the world. How many types are there in communication services? Two types all over the world. Yeah, one is fixed satellite services. The second is mobile satellite services. Okay, fixed satellite service is a type of service where the ground station which receives information from the satellites are fixed in one location, like an antenna fixed to the ground. Okay, they are fixed to the ground like an antenna, and they receive information from the satellites. Okay, the mobile telephone users can make calls, receive calls in fixed area where cell phone towers are established. Since such telephone towers can provide communication over a few square kilometers, such towers should be continuously established at strategic locations for uninterrupted services. Most of us use fixed satellite services for mobile communication, especially to make voice, video calls, and even send text messages. So what are these mobile satellite services? Okay, the communication services received by those terminals which are mounted on any vehicle, aeroplane, or even a ship, and military vehicles are called mobile satellite services. You might have seen news channels or news vans having OB vans. Okay, the satellite which provide mobile services should be strategically placed in geostationary orbit and geosynchronous orbit so as to provide coverage throughout the length and breadth of the country. There are very much important for ships, aeroplanes, and military vehicles since they are required for immediate response during a hazard or an accident. Okay. Now let's go to the next topic. Very important. What is Indian remote sensing satellite system, or we'll see the applications of it, or they can ask like discuss the applications of IRS system in the areas of management of natural resources, agriculture, rural development, as well as security. Okay. Indian remote sensing system is a constellation of remote sensing satellites moving around the earth mainly in polar orbits. You have to remember polar orbits. We have discussed around about different types of orbits. IRS system is one of the largest remote sensing satellite system in Asia Pacific region. Okay. ISRO started this Indian remote sensing satellite system in the year 1988 to provide applications in the areas of natural resource observation, management, infrastructural development in urban, rural, town planning, agriculture and rural development, disaster management, and even national security. Okay. The National Remote Sensing Center, which is located Hyderabad, Shadnagar, right, is involved in the reception, analysis and dissemination of remote sensing data throughout the country. There are 5 regional remote sensing services established in Jodhpur, Nagpur, Dehradun, Kolkata, Bangalore. This helps in distributing the remote sensing data almost to each and every corner of the country. The data on natural resources collected by remote sensing satellites are maintained at national level by National Resource Management System, that is NNRMS, National Natural Resource Management Systems. Okay, they collect the remote sensing data, from the satellites and maintained by them at the national level. Okay. It works with Niti Aayog and accordingly helps in the development of planning and funding of conservation of natural resources in the country. The Indian Institute of Remote Sensing at Dehradun works under NRSC for the development of new generation remote sensors. The remote sensing satellites are also called Earth observation satellites. It's very important, they might ask you in your prelims. Remote sensing satellites are also called as Earth observation satellites. They orbit in polar orbits. There are presently 15 operational remote sensing satellites in the IRS system developed by ISRO. How many are there? 15 operational remote sensing satellites. Okay. What are the applications of IRS system, that is Indian remote sensing system or the Earth observation satellite system? Broadly, we'll talk about 8 areas. First one is forecasting agricultural output using space and agrometeorology and land-based observations. In short, it is called FASL, FASL. Forecasting agricultural output using space, agrometeorology and land-based observations. Okay. The second one is National Agricultural Drought Assessment and Management Systems, that is NADAMS. Third is groundwater prospecting. Fourth is potential fishing zone mapping. Fifth is water resource information system. Sixth, Indian Forest Fire Response and Assessment System. 7, biodiversity characterization. 8, sustainable development. 9, national security. So let's look in detail the applications of IRS system, Indian remote sensing satellite system. Okay, it is used in forecasting agricultural output, right? How? By using space, agrometeorology and land-based observations. Okay. It is a system of forecasting agricultural output by mapping the crop acreage as well as understanding the rainfall pattern before harvesting. The linear imaging cell scanner of ResourceSat had been very useful in collecting such data. What is it called? Linear Imaging Cell Scanner, in short LISS, of which satellite? Resource satellite, had been very useful in collecting data of crop acreage and rainfall pattern, etc. FASL program. FASL is forecasting agriculture output using space, agrometeorology and land-based observations. Is used in estimating the production of major crops like wheat, rice, cotton, sugarcane, potatoes. This information is very much useful to agricultural finance, rural development ministries of the country. Next, the second one is National Agricultural Drought Assessment and Management System. I'll repeat, National Agricultural Drought Assessment and Management System. The system of ISRO helps in identifying the drought areas by monitoring almost all the cultivable land in the country. The system also issues monthly drought reports. Such an information is very much required for the contingency drought declaration process as well as implementing the programs of employment generation. Okay. Third one is groundwater prospecting. The Department of Space, in association with National Rural Drinking Water Program, that is NRDWP, National Rural Water Drinking Program, in association with Department of Space, has mapped the groundwater availability in 14 states. Such information helped in constructing more than 2.5 lakh wells as well as recharge structures in these states. Fourth application, it is potential fishing zone mapping. Okay, the ocean color monitor of sensor of OceanSat. Remember this, we spoke about resource sat in forecasting agriculture output. Now in potential fishing zone mapping, we are talking about OceanSat. So the ocean color monitor sensor of OceanSat helps in identifying the zones of high fish density in Bay of Bengal, Arabian Sea by mapping the chlorophyll concentration. Okay, such information is collected by Indian National Center for Ocean Information Services. In short, it is called INCOIS. Where is it located? It is also located in Hyderabad. The information from INCOIS, that is Indian National Center for Ocean Information Services, is disseminated to the nodes set up all along the Indian coast. This information is finally provided to fishermen through many user groups. Fishermen use these maps, that is potential fishing zone maps or PFZ maps, for increasing the rate of fishing within a short period of time. Okay, the next is fifth one, Water Resource Information System. It is also called as, abbreviated as WRIS. It's a web-enabled WRIS system was jointly developed by ISRO and Ministry of Water Resources. The Water Resource Information System helps in identifying the water resources available even at a village level, thereby streamlining the activities for improving the water resources and also prevent the pollution of existing water resources. Sixth one is Indian Forest Fire Response and Assessment System. IFFRAS, Indian Forest Fire Response and Assessment System. This satellite-based forest fire assessment system is jointly implemented by Ministry of Environment and Forest and Department of Space. The forest fires are managed by carrying out pre-fire, during fire and post-fire activities. The seventh application is biodiversity characterization. The Department of Biotechnology, in association with ISRO, has carried out complete mapping of the country's forests to know the vegetation types of the country. Accordingly, 125 vegetation types have been identified, which were further divided into very high biodiversity areas, and disturbed or disturbance areas. More than 52 universities and other institutes were included in this program. Eighth application of Indian remote sensing satellite systems or the Earth observation systems which are in polar orbits. Okay, what is the eighth application of this? Sustainable development. The remote sensing satellites of the ISRO helped in achieving sustainable development in various parts of the country. An integrated mission of sustainable development, that is IMSD, was implemented in the area of 84 million hectares in 174 districts of the country. This program was aimed at conservation and rejuvenation of natural resources like water, forest and even land resources. The ninth application is national security. Till the launch of RESAT-2 and RESAT-1 satellites, all the previous remote sensing satellites of India could carry out imaging of Earth's surface only during daytime. You understood, right? Earlier satellites were only would observe the Earth only during daytime. Till when? Till the launch of RISAT, RISAT 2 and 1. Okay. This is due to the reason the sensors in these satellites collect the reflected sunlight from the Earth's surface for mapping it. Such sensors cannot properly function even during the day when there is rain, fog, or when there are dense clouds. The synthetic aperture radar, that is SAR, of RISAT satellite is capable of mapping the Earth's surface both during the day and night. How do they capture? By using synthetic aperture radar, SAR. Hence, satellites can help us have a constant vigil on both land and sea borders of the country and to prevent any cross-border insurgency. The IRS satellite system also provides applications in expanding infrastructure facilities like transportation system, planning, water supply, electrification in rural areas. They also help in better town planning and have applications in geosciences as well. Okay, let's recap what we have discussed. Indian Remote Sensing Satellite System is a constellation of remote sensing satellites, and they orbit in polar orbits. It's one of the Indian system is one of the largest remote sensing satellite system in Asia Pacific. Okay, it was launched in the year 1988, and it provides services in natural resource observation, management, infrastructural development in urban rural areas, town planning, agriculture and rural development, disaster management, and even national security. Indian Remote Sensing Center, where is it? Shadnagar, Hyderabad, is used or involved in reception, analysis, dissemination of remote sensing data throughout the country. It has 5 remote sensing centers, one in Jodhpur, Nagpur, Dehradun, Kolkata, Bangalore. They help in distributing the same remote sensing data almost each and every corner of the country. The data on the natural resources collected by the data on natural resources collected by remote sensing data satellites are maintained at national level by National Natural Resource Management Systems. It works with Niti Aayog, accordingly helps in development of planning and funding for conservation of natural resources. The Indian Institute of Remote Sensing at Dehradun works under NRSC. Where is NRSC? Shadnagar, Hyderabad, right. For development of new generation remote sensors. The remote sensing satellites are also called Earth observation satellites. How many are there in India currently? 15 are operational. 15 remote sensing satellites are operational, which are developed by ISRO. And applications we have seen: forecasting agriculture output using space agrometeorology and land-based observations. In that we have discussed about linear imaging self scanner of ResourceSat, which collects data. Second application is National Agricultural Drought Assessment and Management System. So yes, it identifies the drought areas for almost all cultivable land and Okay. Third is groundwater prospecting. Department of Space, in association with National Rural Drinking Water Program, has mapped the groundwater availability in 14 states. Using this information, 2.5 lakh wells as well as recharge structures in the states are built. Fourth application is potential fishing zone mapping. The ocean color monitor sensor of OceanSat helps in identifying the zones of high fish density. Right. Fifth one is water resources information system. Union Ministry of Water Resources and ISRO have jointly developed this water resource information system. This helps in identifying the water resources availability across the country. The sixth one is Indian Forest Fire Response Assessment System. The Union Ministry of Environment and Forests with Department of Space use the forest fire assessment system and they implement it jointly. These forest fires are managed by carrying out pre-fire, during fire, post-fire activities. Seventh application is biodiversity characterization. Department of Biotechnology with ISRO has carried out a complete mapping of the country's forests to know the vegetation types of the country. Eighth one is sustainable development. An integrated mission on sustainable development was implemented in the area of 84 million hectares in 124 districts. Okay, This was aimed at conservation of natural resources like water, forests, and even land resources. And the ninth and the last one is national security. So, with the launch of RESAT 2 and 1, we are able to observe the Earth even during the daytimes or during foggy or cloudy weather. How? By using the synthetic aperture radar. Okay, right. Let's go to the next topic. Okay, Indian remote sensing satellites have various applications. Then, how do they gather this data? Through sensors, right? Yeah. In India, we have seen which institute is responsible for building sensors. Indian Institute of Remote Sensing at Dehradun developed new generation remote sensors. Okay, what are the various sensors used in Indian remote sensing system? And their uses. We'll discuss this. Okay, the ability to see the object clearly from a distance is called remote sensing. The clarity with which the objects can be observed from the remote sensing satellites orbiting in polar orbits depends upon the resolution power of the sensors. So now you understood the importance of a sensor? Good. The IRS system of satellites in India is one of the largest remote sensing satellite in Asia Pacific region. From the beginning, ISRO has been developed a variety of sensors with varying resolution powers. Like our mobile cameras, which have 8 megapixel, 12 megapixel or 20 megapixel. Similarly, our sensors of the satellite will have different resolution powers. Okay, let's look at the remote sensing sensors which have been developed by ISRO. We will discuss about 9 sensors. The first one is satellite microwave radiometer, that is SAMIR, SAMIR. Second one is 2-band TV payload. Third one is smart sensor. Fourth is LIS, linear imaging self scanner. There are 1, 2, 3 variants. After that, we will see panochromatic camera. Sixth is advanced wide field sensors. Seventh, ocean color monitor. Eighth, scatterometer. 9, synthetic aperture radar. Okay, let's start with the first one, satellite microwave radiometer. In short, it is called SAMIR, or you can call it as SAMIR. Was a payload for Bhaskara 1 and Bhaskara 2 land satellites launched in 1979 and 1981. They successfully provide data on the sea surface temperatures and surface temperatures of ocean as well, winds, moisture content over the land and sea. Okay, the second one is 2-band TV payload. The Bhaskara satellite 1 and 2 had a 2-band TV payload for land applications. It gave images of Earth from a height of 425 kilometers. The data was used in meteorology, hydrology and forestry. The third one is smart sensors. They were used in Rohini D2, which was a 2-band solid state device. It had the first CCD camera developed by in-house ISRO. Okay. The fourth one is sensor is LIS, linear imaging self scanner, was the payload of Indian remote sensing satellite 1A. This camera operated in 4 spectral bands. Images of LIS were extensively used in forestry, crop acreage, yield estimation, drought monitoring, flood monitoring, etc. Okay. The second variant, LIS-2, was similar to LIS-1 but with higher spatial resolution and a small swath. It was a payload in 3 satellites like IRS-1A, IRS-1B, IRS-P2. And the LIS-3, that is linear imaging self scanner 3, is onboarded with 2 satellites, that is IRS-1C and 1D. This is a multispectral camera which operates in 4 bands. It provides color images. Okay. The images were widely used in the area of agriculture mapping, crop acreage, etc. LIS-4 was launched in ResourceSat by ISRO, which maps the Earth with a resolution of 5.8 meter. That means you can remember as 6 meters radiation. 6 meters. The fifth sensor is panochromatic camera. This was carried by IRS-1C and 1D satellites. What is this panochromatic camera enable? You might have this panorama view in your mobile phones as well. Okay, this panochromatic camera enables the acquisition of images at the resolution of 5.6 meters. This sensor is mostly commonly launched today in Cartosat series of satellites. Okay. Sixth one is advanced wide field sensor. Okay, this is the first developed as a wide field sensor in IRS-1C, IRS-1D, IRS-P3 satellites. This sensor helps in estimating the crop production by pre-harvest acreage mapping. So important before the harvest. Okay, this is used in ResourceSat 1, 2 and ResourceSat 2A, which has a resolution of 5.6 meters. Right. Okay. Seventh one is ocean color monitor. This is one of the vital sensors of OceanSat and OceanSat 2 satellites. This sensor is meant for oceanographic applications. Calculating the chlorophyll concentration in the sea surface. A gradual decline in the chlorophyll concentration indicates increased fish density. Hence, the ocean color monitor helps us identify fishing potential zones. Okay. Eighth sensor is scatterometer. I'll spell it SCATTEROMETER. ISRO launched this sensor in OceanSat. The sensor is specialized to collect information on the process of cyclogenesis in the ocean as well as for measuring the wind speed over the sea surface temperature over the sea surface. The scatterometer of OceanSat 2 could correctly assess Fallon cyclone that occurred in Odisha in 2013. Okay. The ninth sensor is synthetic aperture radar, that is SR. We have discussed earlier as well. It is the most advanced remote sensing sensors that is available today. This can carry out Earth's imaging both during day and night. This sensor releases radar waves onto the Earth's surface and carries out imaging using the reflected radar. This is used in ReSat 1 and ReSat 2 satellites. Okay. So now let's go to the next topic, that is cartography. We'll see what is cartography and we'll also look at the applications of Cartosat satellites. Okay. The International Cartographic Association defines cartography as a discipline dealing with conception, production, dissemination and study of maps. What is cartography? Which deals with conception, production, dissemination and study of maps. I'll repeat. Cartography deals with conception, production, dissemination and study of maps. The term cartography is derived from two Greek words, kartes, that is paper, graphein is to write. The cartography is the science of generating maps on both the smaller and larger scale based on the necessity of the applications. Okay. Cartography is the science of generating maps both on smaller and larger scale based on the necessity and applications. The role of remote sensing satellites in cartography applications has increased over the period of time. ISRO has launched a number of Cartosat satellites. What is important of these maps? If Columbus had a map, he would have come to India. He could that without a map, so he went to USA. Okay. ISRO has launched a number of Cartosat satellites as a part of IRS system to expand the applications of cartography throughout the country. The first such satellite is Cartosat 1, launched by ISRO in the year 2005. Similarly, Cartosat 2 was launched in 2007, 2A was launched in 2008, 2B 2010, 2C 2016, 2D and 2E in 2017 and Cartosat 2F was launched in 2018. Okay, all Cartosat satellites of India have special sensor, panochromatic camera, which can carry on the imaging of Earth's surface in the lights of different wavelengths at different resolutions. What do they have? They have a special sensor, panochromatic camera, which can carry the imaging of Earth's surface in lights at different wavelengths and different resolutions. The Cartosat series of satellites were successful in collecting valuable geographical information, which played a vital role in providing infrastructural facilities in both urban and rural areas. The Cartosat satellites in particular enabled us to extend applications like drinking water supply, transportation system, electrification in the rural areas. The images from Cartosat series of satellites helped in establishing effective land information system across the urban areas of the country. This will further help us in preventing illegal encroachment of government lands and many water bodies, effective traffic management, prevention of pollution of water bodies, development of urban forestry, etc. In recent years, the Cartosat series of satellites are being used for climate change studies, which involves collection of information on Himalayan glaciers, melting rate of the polar ice caps, rising sea levels, landslides. The resolution power of Cartosat series of satellites is gradually increasing and have reached to less than 50 centimeters. What? The further increase in resolution power up to few millimeters can rapidly expand the cartographic applications. So let's recap the entire class. We have started with industrial applications of ISRO. We have spoken about different examples, that is Kevlar, what is it? High strength material, and then isopolyol, which is an insulating material which can withstand high temperatures, and then we have discussed about adhesives. Example is EPY1061, and then BNT ceramics, barium magnesium tantalite ceramics, which are widely used in multiplexers, oscillators, filters, and communication equipment. Then we have seen thermal control coating, which is developed by SSC. They facilitate radiant heat transfer among internal components. Not only this, ISRO also provides technical advisory services to industries and research development centers. After that, we have seen differences between fixed and mobile satellite services. Okay, next we have come to Indian Remote Sensing System, or the Earth Observation Satellite System, which orbit in polar orbits, launched in 1988. Has applications in a lot of areas like natural resource observation, management, infrastructural development in urban, rural, town planning, agriculture and rural development, disaster management, and even in national security. So there are three organizations which I have discussed. One is National Remote Sensing Center, that is NRSC, which is at Shadnagar, Hyderabad, is involved in reception, that is receiving, and analysis and dissemination of the remote sensing data throughout the country. For dissemination, it has 5 regional remote sensing service centers. One is at Nagpur, Jodhpur, Dehradun, Kolkata, Bengaluru. So what do? They disseminate the information to each and every corner of the country. After that, the data on natural resources is collected by remote sensing satellites are maintained at national level by National Natural Resource Management System, that is NNRMS. It works along with Niti Aayog and helps in development of planning and funding of conservation of natural resources in the country. After that, we have seen Indian Institute of Remote Sensing at Dehradun, which works under NRSC for the development of new generation remote sensors. How many are there operational satellites? 15, right? Okay. Applications of IRS system. One is FUSSEL, that is forecasting agricultural output by using space, agrometeorology and land-based observations. Second one is National Agricultural Drought Assessment and Management System. Third is groundwater prospecting. Fourth is potential fishing zone mapping. Fifth is water resources information system. Sixth is Indian Forest Fire Response and Assessment System. Seventh is biodiversity characterization. Eighth is sustainable development. 9, it is used in national security. After that, we have discussed about the various sensors developed by ISRO. The first one is satellite microwave radiometer. Second one is 2-band TV payload. Third is smart sensor. Fourth is, we have seen LISS, that is linear imaging self scanner 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is used in resource set. After that, fifth is panochromatic camera. Sixth is advanced wide field sensors. 7 is ocean color monitor, which is used in OceanSat 1 and 2. It calculates the chlorophyll concentration. If chlorophyll concentration is high, does it mean there are less fish or more fish? If the concentration of chlorophyll is high, that means there are more plants, greenery, so that is less fish. because if fish feed on them, the chlorophyll concentration comes down. If there is less chlorophyll concentration, that is a good fishing zone. Okay, eighth is scatterometer, which is used in Oceanside. It helped us in assessing Fallon cyclone, which occurred in Orissa in 2013. The ninth one is synthetic aperture radar. It is used in RESAT 1 and 2. Through the synthetic aperture radar, we can observe Earth during day and night. After that, finally, we have seen cartography and applications of Cartosat satellites. What is cartography? It's a discipline which deals with conception, production and dissemination and study of maps. Okay, the cartography is the science of generating maps on both smaller and larger scale based on the necessity and applications. ISRO has launched Cartosat satellites. The first satellite was Cartosat 1, launched by ISRO in 2005, Cartosat 2 2007, Cartosat 2A 2008, Cartosat 2B 2010, Cartosat 2C in 2016, 2D and 2E in 2017, 2F in 2018. All Cartosat satellites in India have special sensors, which is a panochromatic camera which can carry on the imaging of Earth's surface in lights of different wavelength and different resolutions. Right. Cartosat series of satellites were successful in collecting valuable geographical information, which played a vital role in providing infrastructural services in both urban and rural areas. They enabled us to extend applications in drinking water supply, transportation, electrification in rural areas. It also helped us in effective land information systems across the urban areas of the country. This will help in preventing illegal encroachment of government lands and many water bodies, effective traffic management, prevention of pollution of water bodies, development of urban forestry. They are also being used for climate change studies as well, like information on Himalayan glaciers, melting of polar ice caps, rising sea levels and landslides. Good. With this, we end our lecture. Thank you for listening. Have a good day.